He heard what Kenny Omega had to say about the championship match, title for title at SummerSlam. Well, Seth Rollins has his response for Omega here tonight. No. Job done. Why are you saying that? Why is Rollins saying that he'll give Omega the shot if he beats him next week on ECW? If Rollins wins, he's the television champion. I like that bit. Live by Seth Rollins, die by Seth Rollins. Oh, 5, 4, and 3! Mustafa Ali will face Zack Sabre Jr. for the Cruiserweight Championship. If Neville beats Johnny Gargano here tonight, then we're getting D.I.Y versus the British Empire for the ECW Tag Team titles. We are in for the British Empire against the Tag Team Champions D.I.Y. Rollins anyway heads towards the ring here tonight to go one-on-one against Baron Corbin. Whoa, 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 whoa! No, no, no! Omega! You are nothing, Kenny Omega. A king is nothing compared to a god. Hello and welcome, Universe Mode. This is ECW and this is the night to get serious around here. Usually I'm upbeat. Usually I talk about how the show of the week is here, but tonight is a very, very serious night for the A brand. There is a lot on the line as we return to the old stomping grounds in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. There is big issues, shall we say, on the horizon. And you see it right there. This card is another great one, but it only needs one match to define what this is all about. And that is it, right there. Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega for the ECW Television Championship. If Rollins wins, he's a double champion. If Omega wins, he retains the title, and we're in for Rollins Omega at SummerSlam, champion versus champion, title for title. That could happen next Sunday at SummerSlam. Kenny Omega has to win the main event here tonight, and I'm not going to joke around and just and throw things about how Seth Rollins is going to waltz through this, because I know that Kenny Omega wanted this match so bad. I know that this match is going to be the toughest match in a long time, probably since, well, to be fair, since the Iron Man match. This has been a huge confrontation that has been building up to this evening, and we get it here tonight. Rollins Omega once again, TV title on the line, further implications to go with it. I'm nervous for it, but at the same time, I can't wait for it. That is to come in the main event. Tonight, however, we're going to start things off by hearing from the number one contender to the Cruiserweight Championship. Mustafa Ali has a few things he wants to get off his chest before his Cruiserweight title match against Zack Sabre Jr. at SummerSlam. And here he comes, the number one contender, as I said, the man who will face Zack Sabre Jr. at SummerSlam, Mustafa Ali, heading towards the ring. He became the number one contender, was it last week? It was, by beating the Brian Kendrick. I said if Ali won on that evening, he'd become the number one contender. Well, he won, and now he's the number one contender, and now he has a huge match awaiting him at SummerSlam. The SummerSlam card itself almost finalized here on ECW, and I will get into that at the start of this evening. As for right now, though, Ali, who is booked in action later on tonight, if I remember correctly. I think I should, because I booked this card. Nevertheless, Ali saying that, you know, he has fought his entire way, you know, throughout his entire career to get this far, to get to an event like SummerSlam, to fight for a title like the Cruiserweight title. It means the world to Mustafa Ali, and he's going to make the best of it. But he knows one thing is for certain. Everything that Ali just said doesn't apply to Zack Sabre Jr. Sabre Jr. doesn't care about SummerSlam. He doesn't care about the Cruiserweight title, and he certainly doesn't care about Mustafa Ali. That's going to be the mistake that will cost Sabre Jr. his Cruiserweight Championship. Mustafa Ali wants to get across the point that come SummerSlam, Zack Sabre Jr. will know the name Mustafa Ali. The Cruiserweight division will know the name Mustafa Ali, because he'll be standing atop it as the champion. He did not come this far. He did not sacrifice everything in his career to be second best. Mustafa Ali heads into SummerSlam. He goes hard, and he walks out with that Cruiserweight Championship. Consider the threat sent to Zack Sabre Jr. simple and effective. Mustafa Ali wants to let him know one thing is certain. He is not going to be soft on him, shall we say, at SummerSlam. He shouldn't treat this as just another title defense. Alright, well, let us get this episode of ECW underway then, shall we? Heard the news from Mustafa Ali. He will be in action later on tonight against Austin Aries. As for right now, however, we're kicking things off with what should be a very entertaining singles match. Doesn't really have much impact heading into SummerSlam because, as I said, nearly every match at SummerSlam has been decided for already. And, well, I'll get into that pretty much right now as Roderick Strong comes towards the ring. The Cruiserweight Championship, as we know, has been decided. We already know that Mustafa Ali, of course, is going to be facing Zack Sabre Jr. for the tag team titles. Following the victory last week, the British Empire are going to be facing D.I.Y. for the titles at SummerSlam. I can confirm that as well. And of course, I say we're waiting for the final pieces to the puzzle. Could very well be the case that we have 4 matches at SummerSlam. Could very well be the case that we have 3 matches at SummerSlam. A lot is weighing on that main event later on this evening. Hell, if Rollins ends up being the champion at the end of the evening, if Rollins is going to be the television champion, I think the winner of this matchup should probably get the shot at SummerSlam. I say that as the general manager. Hell, I'm just gonna make that right now. Whoever wins this one, yeah, sure, they can have Rollins for the TV title at SummerSlam if he wins. If not, well, sorry guys. Nevertheless, Roderick Strong and Sami Zayn gearing up for this matchup regardless. I think this is Roddy's first match since Heatwave, which was one hell of a brawl with Neville on that evening. They put everything out there. They threw everything they had at one another, and in the end, Neville forced Roddy Strong to tap out. And then a few days later on ECW, he would end he would put the final nail in the coffin, shall we say, and he would put his beef with the 4 Horsemen to rest, finally conquering every member of it and heading out with the win. It's great to see at the start of the match this shake of the hand between these two men. They know the respect they have for one another, and they know that it's going to be a great match here tonight regardless of anything else. Colin Elbow tie up this. Sami Zayn going after the arm. Zayn been wrestling a good few matches these last couple of weeks. Cedric Alexander a few weeks ago. Rusev last week. Won that one by count out. And now here tonight against Roderick Strong. A match that he's definitely not going to be winning by count out. Match he's going to have to find some strong wherewithal in him to try and survive. Nice chinlock applied to Roddy Strong. He is out managing to out-wrestle him thus far. Roddy, though, able to snap his way out of it. Getting the arm lock there. Sami Zayn going to call it to a break there. Neither man able to gain an advantage over the other in the hold. Over the top rope. Oh, here we go. It's going to be dangerous already by Roderick Strong. Going for the big move. Back suplex on the apron. Sami Zayn's back going to be screaming out in agony in that one. Doesn't matter how early or late it is into the match, that move will always hurt you. Zayn sending Roddy Strong back in the ring, now calling him up to his feet here. Gonna look to fly, and he connects with a drop kick there. Springboard drop kick, and now it's Sami Zayn's chance to take control in this one. Roderick Strong in a bit of trouble. Here's a Falcon Arrow to assist him. Sami Zayn feeling pretty good about himself right now. Taking every advantage that he can here. Roddy Strong down on the mat. Sami Zayn going to wait until he gets up to his feet. Roddy pretty close, but Zayn going to go for it. Choppo from the top rope. And Sami Zayn again here. Puts himself on the second rope now. Zayn hops up to that top rope and gets the crossbody. Incredible piece of work by Zayn, but a very early kick out by Roddy Strong. Good stuff from Sami Zayn thus far, has to be said. He is the one leading the match more so than Roddy Strong. But what an Olympic slam from Roddy Strong there. Harkening a move out of Kurt Angle, who we'll see in action later on this evening. Now what are we going to see from Roddy Strong here? He's starting to turn things around. Falcon Arrow there to Sami Zayn. Like I said, both these men have respect for one another, but don't make, don't take that in the other way. Both these men are going to go all out for the victory in this one. Nice drop kick in the face there. Irish whip off the ropes we go now. Tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker connected. Sami Zayn will go up to the top rope for the third time this matchup. Swanton bomb connected by Zayn, thinking that might be enough to put away Roddy Strong here, who kicks at it too. Sami Zayn now moves the arm. Blue Thunder Bomb from Zayn. Will this get him the win over Roddy Strong? He's gone all out in this match, and Strong is still kicking out to be a nuisance. Consistent moves here though from Sami Zayn, making life very difficult indeed for Roderick Strong. Northern Lights suplex there. Roddy Strong certainly looking like almost a husk of the man we saw going all out to Heatwave. Maybe that match did have a rampant effect on the member of the Four Horsemen. On the outside now, this is pretty dangerous from Roderick Strong. Wouldn't expect to see him do this against someone he respects, but maybe this is what the feud and subsequent match at Heatwave did to Roderick Strong. This is what happens. This is maybe the everlasting effects of what happens when Neville gets his hands on you. Face first into that ring pole. There goes Sami Zayn. Count up to 7 now. Could be repeating last week. Roderick Strong sent into the ring pole. Sami Zayn this time would rather restart the count than take a count out victory. It was smart against Rusev. It would be a bit cowardice over Roderick Strong. Nasty chop in the chest there. Roddy Strong now DDT. The former WWE champion. Things not looking good for Zayn right now, has to be said. Cover made. Will this put him away? There's 1-0 more. Zayn able to kick out pretty early on there. Certainly feels as if Roderick Strong has not done enough in this matchup to make things happen. Roddy Strong maybe starting his comeback now. Here we go. Cover on Sami Zayn. Trying to put him away here. Hoping it'll be enough, but it only secures another 1 count there. Zayn really proving to be tough to crack here. Roderick Strong trying, but maybe, maybe that point I was trying to get on about earlier is correct. Maybe that whole Heatwave thing might just be correct. I mean, he's starting to fight back now. He's starting to look more like the Roddy Strong that I remember, but still, he's not looking at his peak, shall we say. He's not looking like the Roddy Strong who went into Heatwave with nothing to lose and put on one hell of a match against Neville. He's looking more like a Roderick Strong right now that's kind of going by the numbers, and that can cost him, because there's the Helluva kick from Zayn from out of the blue. 1 Irish whip, 1 follow-up big boot, and all of a sudden, I feel like this one's over. 1, 2, and 3. Sami Zayn with a sudden victory over Roderick Strong to start the evening of ECW action. Well, I said if Rollins wins the title later on tonight, then this would be the man who would face him at SummerSlam for that title. If Rollins is the television champion, Sami Zayn will face Seth Rollins for the television championship at SummerSlam. I will say that right now. If, of course, Omega walks out of the evening still television champion and we are in for Rollins Omega, then that's just the way things go, Zayn. Nothing I can do about that one. But another win there for Sami Zayn. That makes it 3 in a row for him on ECW. He is looking pretty good in the summer of 2018, it seems. Good stuff for him so far. Sami Zayn, your winner here. Roderick Strong just seemed off from the moment he made his way out. Maybe he needs to turn things around pretty sharpish. In fact, he does need to turn things around pretty sharpish. Otherwise, he's in trouble. Nevertheless, let's move into our next contest. I talked about it a moment ago. Let's get into it. Mustafa Ali versus Austin Aries. While Zack Sabre Jr. is in action later on in the evening, Mustafa Ali is in action right now, and he has to make the most of the match that he's got in front of him. Ali heading towards the ring here for this big matchup. against a former Cruiserweight champion, against one of the most successful superstars in the history of this universe. Austin Aries has won. He's a Grand Slam champion. He's a Royal Rumble winner. He's won, I think, more belts than anyone else has in this universe. I think the last time I checked. I mean, 2 world titles? Was it 3? 3 world titles. Let me just go through all of this again. 3 world titles. 2 intercontinental titles. The ECW Television Championship. The tag titles. The Cruiserweight title. Twice? I want to say. I think he was a Cruiserweight champion twice. Makes him a 9-time champion in this universe. I cannot think of a guy who even comes close to that. What is Rollins on? 3 world titles, a television title, and a tag team title. Doesn't even scratch the surface. Punk, 5-time world champion. That's about it. There are a lot of people who wish they could be as successful as Austin Aries, but only one man is that successful, and that is Austin Aries. As he heads towards the ring here, you know, that was kind of in the past for Aries. Now he is, I don't want to talk ill of him, but he has kind of slumped down, I guess. You know, he has kind of, that was all in the past for Aries, you know, those titles. That was kind of 2-3 years ago, Austin Aries. Now as age rolls on, Aries has become more of a, wow, just a stalwart within this universe. A name, and a big name at that within this universe. It doesn't matter who you are. If you beat Austin Aries for something, you know that you have had to put on one hell of a performance to beat him. And that is certainly what Mustafa Ali will have to pull out here tonight. I didn't book this match to try and punish Ali heading into SummerSlam, because I would be fine if he beat Zack Sabre Jr. I don't like Sabre Jr. that much. I don't like the British Empire's tactics. But I want to give Ali a true tough match. He wants to fight. He says he loves to fight. Well, then let's see how he fights against one of the greatest to do it. As he calls himself the self-proclaimed greatest man that ever lived. See how he performs against that kind of talent. Wrenching on the arm a little bit there. Aries slipping his way out. Back to the collar elbow tie-up here. You saw there. No break between it there. I mean, you know, no attempt for another move. Both men just went in for the collar elbow tie-up right away there. Just trying to prove who the better grappler can be. And Ali wrenching on the neck there in that leg hold. Aries going to be a bit frustrated about it. Went for the forearm there. Great counter by Aries. Off by Mustafa Ali even. And an arm drag there brings down Austin Aries. Here we go. Has the leg hooked in here. Great strength there to hook him in for that back suplex. That swinging cradle-like back suplex. Incredible strength to pull off something like that. But Ali's got to keep on going here against Austin Aries. Off the ropes. Oh, no. Not off the ropes. My apologies. In the turnbuckle. Drop kick and a neck breaker that follows up. Oh, on the outside now. Frog splash back in. Aries definitely didn't look like he got all of it. Here we go now. Irish whip off the... sorry, not off the ropes again. Well, my bad. They're in the turnbuckle. Ali now perching. Aries up on the top rope. Aries counters. Can fly here, and he will with a very nicely executed drop kick. The extension he got on it. Almost perfect. That is how Austin Aries would like to do things. Almost perfect. Suplex. 1 counter followed up after it. Went for the strike there. Countered. Oh! Hefty chop in the chest there. And Aries having no choice but to temporarily resort to the outside. Catch a breather. Great counter from him there. Austin Aries going to drag himself up to that top rope again. Look for another drop kick. No, this time he goes axe handle. He goes short and it pays off. Ali in trouble there. What a back neck. What a neck breaker there even. Just in general. From Austin Aries. He's looking pretty good right now. Aries controlling the matchup in the way that he wants to. Forearm. And a hefty forearm at that. Austin Aries now through the bottom, through the middle and the bottom rope there. Well, look like a suicide dive. Forearm moves so quickly the cameras couldn't keep up with him. But Ali somehow finding a way to send him back in the ring. He rushes back in here, not wanting to miss out on the opportunity to take control, but a great counter there from Aries will stop him from having control. In the turnbuckle we go now. Austin Aries thinking big, and he's going to look to hit big off the ropes. Discus 5-arm there from Austin Aries. Into the cover he goes to put him away, and a kick out at 2. Austin Aries now could be one big submission hold away from victory, but Mustafa Ali doing everything in his power to fight back here. Double underhook backbreaker. Ali feeling it now. He said earlier on this evening that he's not going to bow down to anyone. He hasn't sacrificed so much just to be a second best. And here he goes now. The clotheslines off the ropes. Pop-up drop kick there. And Ali getting fired up here against Aries. Can he make the most of it though? Can he make something happen? Leaping up with that neck breaker. And a drop kick in the back as well. One move is left for Ali if he could pull it out. This isn't what he should be looking for. He shouldn't be looking for the fans' approval. He should be looking to win right now, because that is what has happened. Austin Aries is dragging himself here back up to his feet, and is able to get his way back up to his feet as well because of Ali's almost amateur-like mistake, and he could have cost himself the match with it. Neckbreaker! And he'll flip over in the last chancery now. Austin Aries, last chancery. Locked in on Ali. If Ali can move those legs back a little bit, he can make the ropes, but I don't think he knows where the ropes are. I don't think he knows that they're right next to him. Ali is trying to fight his way out of it. Austin Aries has it locked in as tight as he can, and he ain't letting up either. Oh, this is getting torturous now for Ali. The longer he's in this hold, the more disastrous it is. But Ali will get his way out of it there, socking Aries in the face. But the damage could have been done with how long he was in that hold. Ali back in. Another double underhook backbreaker. And Ali not going to waste a second here. Taking himself to the top rope, Mustafa Ali. Oh, 5-4 from Ali. What a fight there. What a comeback victory this could be. Ali goes into the cover, and with 1, 2, and 3, Mustafa Ali fights from behind, but beats Austin Aries on ECW. What a contest. What a comeback. Ali, though, that one little error, that is something that he needs to think about. That one little error he made in the matchup proved fatal, almost, as he got locked in the last chancery. I'm not trying to disrespect Austin Aries' submissions, but what I'm saying is, if Aries, had that locked in and looked like he had it locked in for a long time, what happens if Sabre Jr. gets a hold in on you? How are you supposed to survive then? How are you supposed to make your way out of it? You quite simply don't. Mustafa Ali needs to realize that, needs to learn the errors of his ways quickly, or else he is going to find himself at SummerSlam tapping out. Nevertheless, we're going to move on to our next contest of the evening, gearing ourselves up for SummerSlam. It is going to be D.I.Y against the British Empire, but that man's opponent will be in the match. Oh, you are kidding me. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, I've received reports that something's going on backstage involving the British Empire and D.I.Y. We need to go backstage stat. Oh no, we're backstage now. We're backstage here, and Drew McIntyre and Johnny Gargano are getting invested in a fight here. Oh, backstage at catering. Gargano hitting the back panel, the back there. Oh no, Drew, don't do this. Drew, no, don't do this. That's a concrete floor. Future shock on the concrete floor. Are you kidding me? Oh my, that is sickening. That sickens me. And surprise, surprise, McIntyre's bolting it now. Ciampa looking at it coming out here. I don't know where he was, but what happens now? What the hell happens now? You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me that something like that just happened. Oh my God. There is nothing they won't do, is there? There is nothing that the British Empire won't do. There is no low that they won't sink to. Tommaso Ciampa was... I mean, I don't even know. That just kind of taken me by surprise. I mean, I assume Ciampa was elsewhere, perhaps getting ready. Perhaps he was... I don't know. I don't want to like try and talk ill of it, but perhaps he was, you know, maybe in the bathroom or something. I don't know. I don't want to know. Why would they do such a thing? How did they blindside Gargano that quickly? It was like they were following around D.I.Y, waiting for a split second where they weren't by each other talking about tactics or whatever, and just went in and went after him and took him out. And look at the honor that this man has now, though. Look at the just look at the way that he stands for Johnny Gargano. Look at the way he stands for D.I.Y, for the champions. He comes out by himself, ready to fight this. This has now turned into a handicap match because of what we just saw. And I bet, I can guarantee you, that these two men are very happy that has panned out the way that it has. They are going to be elated that they now have this kind of matchup on their hands. It sickens me that this is happening. Why would they let such a thing? Why would they? I don't even know why I bother asking questions, because it's not as if the British Empire are going to give any answers. They do things when they want, how they want, where they want, and that was pretty evident right there with what we just saw to Johnny Gargano. Drew McIntyre taking care of that. And you know that that man right there was the one who put the plan in motion, the one who told them what to do. And the man who will be oh so happy that Johnny Gargano is not here tonight. One half of D.I.Y has been worked over. Now it's time for Neville and Sabre Jr. to pick apart Tommaso Ciampa. It sickens me that it is like this. It sickens me that something like this has to happen, but this is just what they do. This is just what they do now. This is what they pride themselves on as well. That's what makes it worse. They're happy that they do something like this. How? How can you be proud of this? I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get why. I don't get why they do it. Maybe it's one of those things where I'm not supposed to get it. Maybe it's one of those things where I'm just supposed to idly watch on. Even as the general manager of this place, I'm just supposed to watch on and just accept it. But I just... Well, Ciampa will fight on here. It's a handicap match now between Tommaso Ciampa, Neville, and Zack Sabre Jr. of the British Empire. I don't know what to say anymore, because it seems as if they'll just do whatever they please. It is disgusting. Ciampa comes running out of the gate, but oh, Neville going right after the leg there. And no surprise about it either. They are looking to tear apart Ciampa now. They've got him by himself. Now, one split second where they were able to jump Gargano, they made the absolute most of it. And now we are witnessing what happens when the ring belongs to the British Empire, when the match belongs to them as well, when they can do as they please. This is what they'll do. Sabre Jr. now in off the tag, and they are ripping apart the leg of Tommaso Ciampa temporarily. That is what they have honed themselves in on right now, just going after the leg of him here. No... Just, I don't know what no respect, no admiration, nothing. But this is what happens when you get on the wrong side of Tommaso Ciampa. You mess with the psycho killer. This is the problems that you cause when you bring Ciampa into that twisted side of him, that side where he just sacrifices everything. In the name of D.I.Y, in the name of being tag team champions for Johnny Gargano, he puts it all on the line, but dragon screw there to that leg. And again, Zack Sabre Jr. can slow the match down because he is going after that leg once again. The technical wizard that he is. Just doing the bits and pieces that he can to wear down Tommaso Ciampa here. To pummel him down. And to not only make this a match where they should win, but to make this a match where when SummerSlam rolls around, Tommaso Ciampa could be nursing an injury. I wouldn't be surprised with that, after that future shock that Johnny Gargano will be nursing an injury. None of that would surprise me. Again, if Johnny Gargano got injured. It's just sickening. It's just generally sickening to witness. I hate seeing it. But this is how they do things. This is the only way they'll do things. They won't try and learn any other methods. Just their ways. Just the most disgusting, underhanded ways that you can think of. That's the way of the British Empire. Neville now. Deadlift German suplex there on Tommaso Ciampa. Cover after it. Ciampa kicking out at 2. But he's only getting in bits and pieces of offense compared to the onslaught the British Empire are giving him. Neville now closing in on the leg as well. And a dragon screw again to that leg of Ciampa. Oh. Just over and over again he'll hit it now. Over and over again he is wrenching on that leg. Boston Crab applied here. Ciampa trying to crawl to the ropes maybe. Trying to crawl to get his way out of it. His leg has got to be screaming in agony as it's hoisted up at that angle. Gets his way out of it though. Does Ciampa trying to fight back a little bit here maybe. Not going to be able to. Neville in there with the Hurricanrana now. Cover after it. Will this put away Ciampa? No, he continues to try and fight on. But you have to ask the question, even though he can fight on, how wise of a decision is it? Because they are honing in on that leg. Ciampa is by himself. But look at that. He's asking the crowd here in Philly. He's trying to get him riled up. Ciampa doesn't want to give in. Ciampa is refusing to give up here. Double axe handle. Charging himself at him. Ducks under the clothesline. Flying clothesline as well. Stumbling into his own turnbuckle. Sabre Jr. going to save the leader here. Maybe not. Tag made. Oh, great save there from Sabre Jr. And from behind. Oh, Ciampa lands. Ciampa lands on the German suplex. Uh-oh. And the lanky Sabre Jr., the Cruiserweight Champion, in trouble. This is a gutsy performance now from Tommaso Ciampa on his own, but slow to get up to his feet there, and I think the leg had a lot to do with that. He's using the other leg right now. Oh, kicking with the leg that they've gone after in this matchup, trying to prove a point there, but that could have been risky to try. And back on that leg they go as well. Counter though from Ciampa. Counter from Sabre Jr. now. These two men are bringing out back and forth reversals to one another. And Sabre Jr. will go after the arm temporarily here. Bringing him down into the mat, and look at where he's going again. Going right back to that knee. Going right back to that leg that he knows he's done a number on in this one. Just the impact you feel when it gets slammed into the mat is enough to almost make you queasy, because you know right now that Ciampa's leg is just screaming in agony. And Zack Sabre Jr., he knows that's happening, and he takes pride in it. Sabre Jr. now. Oh, great counter from Ciampa. Clocked him with that clothesline. Stomping him slightly. Ciampa, where are you going? No, no, no. Ciampa, this ain't a good decision. This ain't a good decision at all. Ciampa went up top, and look at that. Neville makes the save and brings him down. Sabre Jr. and Ciampa, both men trying to get up to their feet. It's going to be Sabre Jr. up to his feet, and look at this. Right away, thanks to the numbers game, he locks it in, orienteering with Napalm Death. And not only that, but on the leg of Tommaso Ciampa that they've targeted this whole match. The leg that's going to be screaming in pain. And the leg that is going to force him to tap out. The British Empire will act like this is a huge victory. But it's not. It is not a huge win. Because they cheated. to get this win. Neville and Sabre Jr. and McIntyre cheated for this win. The numbers advantage proved fatal in this one. Ciampa tried, but what was he going to do when he was by himself while Johnny Gargano is laying unconscious in the back after a future shock DDT from Drew McIntyre? What is going to be done about this? What do I have to do about this to make sure that the match at SummerSlam is going to be as clean as you like? I don't even think it's going to be that anymore. Gargano knocked out. Ciampa nursing a leg injury. They're doing everything to make D.I.Y's title defense at SummerSlam as miserable as possible. And that's what the British Empire pride themselves on. The misery of others. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Let's just move on. Okay, good. Good, that's off my screen. Good, I don't have to pay attention to that anymore. Good. Good. We'll have an update next week on it all. We'll let you know what the state of Johnny Gargano is, Tommaso Ciampa, how D.I.Y are holding up. We'll have that information for you next week, but as for right now, I gotta think of a way to get one back over on the British Empire. This is my brand, and I need to assert control around here somehow, and I'll find a way. Something's got to be done. I'm not just gonna stand by and just let that happen. No way. No way at all. Let's move on. Kurt Angle in action right now against the Switchblade Jay White. This should be a very entertaining contest. Jay White came up on the short end in his match against Kenny Omega last week. It was a very entertaining contest between television champion and potential future challenger, but Jay White came up on the losing end, did get Blade Runner in, went alone, went without Sami Callihan in the match, wanted to prove a point, ultimately ended up didn't, but what a performance it was from Jay White in that match. Really has been making leaps and bounds since his arrival in this universe, and now he gets ready to take on former NXT Global Champion and Kurt Angle, a man who has kind of, I don't want to say struggled, because he's had some good chances. He was in Money in the Bank, but he is, he's been a bit hit and miss, shall we say. I think that's the best description I can use of him. He's been very hit and miss when it comes to what he can do within that ring, and right now Jay White is going to look to try and pick up a good win for him here this evening on ECW. How he will pull it off, though, we'll find out. Sami Callihan back in his corner. I wonder what. I wonder if he'll be giving him tactics. I wonder if he's just there for a bit of a morale boost. This could be a great win for Jay White here. We'll just have to see how it goes. They head towards the ring. They've had a pretty good showing as a tag team, no doubt about it, but seems as if these last few weeks they've been going out on their own little singles expedition as well, perhaps in the wake of realizing that there may be no other choice except for D.I.Y to face the British Empire. So they've gone about their own business, and the Switchblade Jay White looking to go about his own business here tonight with a victory over Kurt Angle. Would be a big win to secure, but, he's got to do it. Do I think Jay White could? Maybe. I think Jay White, when I remember back to the Switchblade of Anarchy's tag team match against... shake of the hand there. Pretty interesting. When I remember back to the... Hang on, let me try and find my train of thought. To D.I.Y in the Switchblade of Anarchy's title matchup at Heatwave, Jay White in singles action managed to beat both Gargano and Ciampa. Ultimately fell in a tag team matchup, but had no problem beating them in singles matches, which was something to witness. No doubt about it. But of course, as we found out last week, he is not ready to try and beat the two-time King of the Ring and King of Wrestling, Kenny Omega, who is in action up next against Seth Rollins, defending his title. Well, we'll either make Seth Rollins a double champion here tonight, or give us Rollins Omega at SummerSlam for the titles. That's going to be a great match either way. Kurt Angle now, though, right now. Let's focus on this match. German suplex there from Angle, and Jay White hitting his head hard there on the mat. Shoving his head into that one did Kurt Angle, and all going after the leg there. Well thought out, but couldn't capitalize. Jay White bringing a stop to that one. And now just raking his forearm across the face of Kurt Angle there in the eyes. The Switchblade doing as he wants, his painstaking offense. Agonizing is what it can be described as well. Angle, though, getting in the counter. Didn't mean that much, though, as Jay White able to bring in a counter of his own. Attacking the arm now is the Switchblade. Oh, this is what he likes to do. Just working over a limb like he did there with that arm. Just working it over in the way that he wants to, and he enjoys it already. Jay White, Kiwi Crusher. Jay White could be one big move away from picking up a sudden victory over Kurt Angle here. Gonna look for Blade Runner. Angle cannon it. Angle turns him round. He was thinking Angle slam. He missed with it as well. Jay White in with a neck breaker. Kurt Angle pulling himself up to his feet. Uh-oh. Let's see what'll happen now up on the top rope. This is where things can get very dangerous. Jay White likes that idea, though. Superplex to Kurt Angle. And again, the Olympic gold medalist finding himself in trouble. There's the cover and a kick out there at 1. Give him credit for hanging in there. Kurt Angle now trying to get up to his feet, and he does. Socks him with a forearm as well, turning him round. If he was thinking Angle slam, he decided against it. Standing German suplex there. Incredible piece of work to witness. Oh, now look at this. Look at that transition into that Achilles hold there. Incredible from Kurt Angle as he tries to get the submission on Switchblade. Would Jay White tap out? He is not going to right now. Hard kick in the face there gets him out of that hold. Angle turns him round again. Couldn't connect with what he was looking for, though. Jay White bringing out the counter, and then Jay White kind of getting desperate. Sweeping the leg away there and just loading in on Kurt Angle with shots. Jay White not going to let him get to the ropes. Going to go for the cover instead quickly. In with the count again, but it's only 1. And this time he gets what he wants. Those elbows into the chest. Jay White is all over in this one. He is doing his best to maintain control over Kurt Angle. Looked like he was going to gear up a strong punch there, but didn't get it. Jay White now sending him into the turnbuckle. What a forearm from the Switchblade. Knee in the face there, and oh, chinlock applied now. Can Kurt Angle escape this hold? Can he find a way out of it? Will he find a way out of it? Yes, he will. Of course he will. He's Kurt Angle, for crying out loud. Angle from behind now. Still trying to look for a move that he can't really connect with for a second there. I thought he was thinking Angle slam, but instead goes after the leg there again. Angle now dragging Jay White away from the ropes here. But White able to get up to his feet before Angle can even think about anything. That's going to frustrate him a little bit. Angle turns him around again. I think he's exhausted now. That might be why he can't hit the move that he's looking for. Jay White has him now. Snapmares him down. Big knee in the back. White trying to out wrestle Kurt Angle here is a bit of a... trying to prove a statement, really. Angle definitely doing his best to get out of these holds and definitely proving that Jay White is not out wrestling him in any way. Jay White needs to just be better, essentially. Just use his strength to his advantage to pull out the victory in this one. Using the ropes there, that'll go some ways, as will this. Oh, Uranagi slam from Jay White. Big time move, but oh, Kurt Angle powering out of it at the count of 1. Jay White perhaps thinking, well, what else do I do now? Looked like he put a lot into that Uranagi and it didn't pan out the way he wanted it to. Hard knee in the face now from Jay White. What else does he have left? Oh, Blade Runner! That's what he has in him. Blade Runner to Angle, and that will do it. The Switchblade is your winner. Jay White has beaten Kurt Angle. The Switchblade is the winner. That came from out of the blue, and I think that is what Jay White supports himself on with Blade Runner. That's what he prides himself on, his ability to just hit it whenever he wants, and it will be effective, and it will end the match, because we just saw it right there. It ended the match. Jay White with another win as he gears himself up for something coming out of SummerSlam. Whatever it is, White is making the most of the opportunities I'm giving him, and he is proving that the Switchblade is a hot commodity here in ECW. Breakout Star 2018, might be looking at him right there. Just saying. Nevertheless, here we go. It is time for our main event of the evening. Champion versus champion, but only one title is on the line, and that is the Television Championship. One thing is for certain, though. Kenny Omega wins, Rollins Omega at SummerSlam, both titles on the line. Rollins wins, he is the double champion, no match for Omega at SummerSlam. A lot is on the line here tonight. A lot is at stake. Seth Rollins knows that a chance to make history heading in to the event where he won that title almost a year ago is awaiting him. Can he overcome Kenny Omega here tonight to become a double champion? I want to say yes, but I don't know what Omega can do. I don't know how hard Omega's been training. I know this is a serious match, though, and I know it's going to be amazing as well. Rollins, Omega, next. Boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's do this. Rollins, Omega. Oh yes. We always put on the great matches, don't we? We always do it here on ECW. We always go big, but just right now, you know, usually I'd be spouting my usual shtick about Seth Rollins, you know, spouting the truth about how great Seth Rollins is, but right now I'm nervous. I got goosebumps. I am nervous for this moment. I know Rollins is the best. I know Rollins is better than Kenny Omega. I know he is. But there's just that worry within me. There's just that worry that Omega is desperate to prove this point and he'll go to any length. Which is why we have called upon Minoru Suzuki. Because if he tries to go out of his way, if Kenny Omega tries to go one step too far, if Kenny Omega tries to bend the rules a little bit, well, Minoru Suzuki's going to be there to change things around. Minoru Suzuki's going to be there to enforce stuff. There is Seth Rollins, though, ready for this one, victorious last week over Baron Corbin, but the show ended, as you saw at the start of this evening, with him being laid out in the ring by a clothesline, by the cowardice act of Kenny Omega. A week has passed between then and now, and I just feel nervous. Last week I felt confident. Last week I felt like Omega was a coward. Now I feel a bit more nervous now that the actual date is so close. Because the reality is, if Rollins has already beaten Omega, which he has, then he should be fine heading into this match. But I just don't feel it. I don't know why. Omega just seems on a different level this time around. Omega seems desperate for that win. It just does. I just get that from him this time around. As Omega heads towards the ring here, I just wonder what is happening in this one. What is going to happen between these two men? Seth Rollins in the ring warming himself up, trying to get himself geared up. Kenny Omega heading towards the ring as well. Omega ditching the title. It doesn't seem as if we're even going to get to the introductions. This one's starting prematurely. The actions in the ring of Seth Rollins got to the King of Wrestling. Kenny Omega didn't take too kindly to them, and we're underway early. Chop after chop there, and Rollins' chest is going to be beetroot red, but Omega had to prove a point right there, and indeed he did. Quickly, the cleaner removes his entrance attire, his jacket, his sunglasses, and we're underway in the main event of the evening. Rollins, yes, Snapdragon suplex. The bell has rung, the title is on the line. We are underway now in this one for the Television Championship. You know what is at stake. I have talked about it enough here tonight. Rollins Omega is firmly underway. Rollins already going to go up to the top rope. Is he thinking Phoenix Splash this early on? You mad lad. He is. Oh, he missed it. Omega practically knew that one was incoming, to be fair. Omega went for the drop kick to the leg. Great counter by Rollins. Great counter back from Omega. Oh, Lariat sends him over the top rope there. And Omega now. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. This is dangerous. Kenny Omega. Oh, crossbody to the outside. Both men hitting hard. Omega overshot it slightly. Omega with a slight overestimation, and his ribs are going to be screaming out after he smacked into the thin padding. Rollins didn't get it much easier, but he's the one in control as we return to the ring. Counter there from Kenny Omega now. Just these two men feeling out process, certainly not needed. V-trigger from Omega early on. That could be the first of many in this one. Rollins trying to show that he's not fazed by it, pulling himself up to his feet here. Omega with another V-trigger, drilling Rollins into the cover, trying to put it to bed as early as possible. But Rollins is going to kick out there. Omega in now, suplex driver, another cover. Almost every move he's hitting here, Omega's looking for some kind of cover right after it. Like there's some kind of desperation element to him to try and win as quickly as possible. Frog splash to Rollins, and another cover here. Trying to do anything he can to wear him out. And Minoru Suzuki getting involved here. I'm not a fan of this. I will say this right now. This is not what Suzuki's job is. His job is to look after the match and make sure Omega doesn't do anything shady. It isn't to distract Omega when he's in control. That I don't stand for. Rollins with that reverse Hurricanrana, though, could have turned things around, and he's going to have to give a big heaping hand of support towards Minoru Suzuki. Oh, looking for some kind of cross powerbomb here. This could be big if he gets it. Omega knew it was incoming, though, able to counter his way out of it. Wow, disrespectful slap there from Kenny Omega, and the television champion getting fired up. Rollins is back, smacking into the thin padding, but Kenny Omega doesn't look like he's finished up there. No, not at all. Rise of the Terminator from the King of Wrestling. He cleared the top rope with perfection. This is why I was worried. This is why I was concerned, because I knew Kenny Omega would do something like this. I knew Kenny Omega would go all out for victory, and he most certainly has at this stage. Rollins blocking the leg not once but twice. Second time gets in a dragon screw, and he's in control on the outside now. I already told Rollins before the show went on the air, I said no cheating, no underhanded tactics. I don't want to see any weapons being used in this one. You're going to beat him. You're going to beat him because you're the best man. Because you're the best. Because you're the greatest of all time. Rollins has to stay true to that. Minoru Suzuki, what are you doing? I told Rollins not to cheat. You are not helping the cause here at all. He misses. And Omega with chair in hand there, but Rollins, looked like Rollins almost helped him getting out of the ring. I don't think the men wanted to use the chair. Hurricanrana now from Omega. There's one, there's two, and a kick out. I think Omega trying to kick the chair out of the ring a little. Yeah, we go, chair's out of the ring now. Definitely it looked like Omega was trying to kick it out of the ring. I'll give him credit there. That is commendable. Neither man wanted to use the chair there. Suzuki, he's getting it. He's causing problems. Suzuki's really starting to be an issue in this one. Rollins, though, yeah, we go. Superplex follows through. Falcon Arrow after it. incredible to witness. And Rollins keeps it going here. Rollins now, oh, beautiful. Would it be anything less, though, if Seth Rollins did it? Standing moonsault now to Kenny Omega. Reach your heart out there. Rollins is starting to get fired up now. Rollins is starting to turn into the champion that we've known him to be for the last near 365 days. Omega, though, 365, well, when SummerSlam rolls around, it was at that event he captured his first title. A year later, he looks to become the champion. The ECW champion, but he's got to win here tonight to get that far. Dragon suplex to retain the title. Kicked out. Omega now, hard hit, turns him around. No! V-trigger! Omega with one hell of a V-trigger. There's two, and yes. Rollins kicks out at two. Oh, I felt my heart skip a beat then when that V-trigger connected. Counter by Rollins now. Here we go. Rollins getting fired up. Throws Kenny Omega into the turnbuckle. Turning him round. I think I know what he's going to look for. Yes, indeed he is. Rollins going to muster it all up to strike. Buckle bomb. One move left for a double champion. Coops. Oh, you are kidding me. Kenny Omega with the counter. Hurricanrana right after it. Cover by Omega. Will this do it? Oh, it almost did. God, these two guys are a class above the rest. Let's be real. Omega hitting a V-trigger but managing to evade a curb stomp. Only temporarily, though. Back suplex into that face buster. Rollins getting fired up now. You can tell he's getting amped up. He's going to get hyper aggressive. Face first into the turnbuckle. Cover. Wow, very early kick out there from Kenny Omega. Just watching this matchup and kind of getting an eye on it and thinking, have we reached that stage now where the guys are starting to get a little bit fatigued? Have we reached that stage where they're starting to get tired? Rollins certainly showing that in the case. Phoenix splash from the second rope. Out of this world. Suplex. Oh, God's last gift there from Rollins. Didn't go for the cover, which could have been a mistake from Rollins there. He's been on a roll with his moves, though, and he's going to look to connect with a big one here. Power bomb cut out of Omega. Will he look for it? Oh, if he was, it's a great counter by Kenny Omega. And I don't know where he pulled it out from either. Omega looked to be lost for a moment there, but he's able to bring out the counter. Off the ropes now goes Rollins into that drop kick. And Omega going to pull himself towards the top rope again. Here we go. Omega with a double foot stomp, harkening back to his rivalry with Finn Balor at the start of the year, but it won't get him the win. But Omega is still going here, as is Rollins. These two men risking it all to be champion. Oh, went for the knee and missed it. And he missed it big time. He smacked his knee right into the ring there. Russian leg sweep now from Seth Rollins. Does he have it in him to go for that curb stomp? Does he have it in him to connect with Architect's Annihilation? Does he have it in him to make it happen here, to be the champion? Rollins is going to look for it. Kick in the gut. Here we go. Curb stomp. Yes, 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 yes. 1, 2, and no. Why wasn't that it? Why wasn't that it? Oh no. Omega. It looks like he's in huge trouble. I think Omega's busted open as well. Indeed he is. That curb stomp busted him open. Come on, Rollins. You have the advantage right now. Do it. Be the greatest. Just do it, please. Win both titles. Do it right now. Omega looking almost out of it, but that is indeed almost. somehow fighting his way out of this one. Rollins countering him. And he's going to send him into the turnbuckle once more here. Omega with a counter now. What will Kenny Omega look for? Rollins too tired to move, please. Moonsault there. What else? What else? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. No, he has him. No. Kreutz Wrath. Kreutz Wrath from Omega to be the television champion still. And Rollins kicks out at 2. But Omega. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Omega senses it. Omega's calling for it. He runs behind Rollins. No. No, no, no. No. One winged angel for champion versus champion. Oh, Rollins kicks out again. Yes. Oh my God. Incredible. Incredible. What a contest this is turning into. And Omega now getting fired up in the final stages of it. Misses with the enziguri. Counters Rollins though. Double, no, wait, single underhook brain buster there. Rollins goes down. Cover by Omega. Will this do it? Will this be enough? Rollins says no and kicks out. Counters the chop. Going to throw him into the turnbuckle here. If he hits a buckle bomb, he could be on his way to this being over. And I think that's exactly what he's going to look for. He is going to look for that buckle bomb, and he's going to get that buckle bomb. Yes! Buckle bomb! But he ain't looking to end it. Perhaps he knows he can't end it. He needs that one final big move. That one. No, the kick in the gut is countered. It's countered. Rollins, though, able to stop Omega from capitalizing. Falcon Arrow. No. Got himself out of it. Hits him. No, 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 please, please. I think he was too tired. He was too tired. God's last gift. Will this do it? 1. No, he kicked out at a count of 1. Are you kidding me? Rollins now making a run for it. Goes for the leg drop. Misses it. Omega has a grand opportunity to capitalize. V-trigger! No! 1, 2, no! You have got to be kidding me! No! No! Please tell me this ain't happening! Please tell me! Oh no! Oh! Oh no, 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 no. It's official. It is official. At SummerSlam, Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, title for title. Kenny Omega is a week and a half away for potentially being not only the ECW Television Champion, not only the ECW Champion, but spoiling Rollins' chance of making 365 days. This can't happen. This cannot happen. I don't know. I'm speechless as this night comes to an end. This is another thing I am as well ahead of SummerSlam. And I didn't want to be here. And I don't want to be here. And I don't like being here. I'm worried. I'm scared, okay? Don't let history repeat itself, Rollins. You know what to do next Sunday. Please make it happen. That ends this episode, universe. Oh boy. We're in for a big one.